So when you become a one friend with the police chief, then you say, Mr. Police Chief, yeah, I'm your friend now. You know what I'm in, right? Why don't you get all the policemen one night? I come in and give you a lecture. So lion showed up and all the little rabbits sitting down there. They're trembling, you know. They got to be obedient to the lion. They got to listen to you.
너들 언제나 배가 불러, 배가 고파.
All the time. Are you hungry or are you full in your stomach? More time you're hungry, more time you're full. What do you think? So, you're hungry? What is your food? What's your prey? Where are you going to get your meal? What's your meal?
큰 놈들 잡아다 넣고 잡아다 넣고 그걸 바라보고 좋아하는 거예요.
So something big, you're not capturing it. Your prey is something big. You know, your victim is something big. And even you cannot swallow them all, but even just catching it, there's a feeling of triumph. I don't even have to eat the meal. Boy, look, I feel full. Have you thought about that? When you capture, with a big prey, big result, you feel full. But then you spiritually looking and you could be very hungry and starved to death and on the skin and bone. So actually, you came to this meeting, Father's meeting, once in a while, to get the skin and bone replenished. So refueling station. So Father is giving an injection, tonic, vitamin injection, so that the skin and bone men and women come alive. But if you're going to repeat that, you've been addicted to that, injection, you are like a dead person. You've got to. So, Father is clever, knowing that I don't want to be anybody addicted to it. So, our Father will give only few more injection of vitamin. That's all. You must be on your own. So, already Father announced that he will not show up in the public platform. He will not show up. Father will not show in a public sermon, for example, Belvedere. So, then you are, like a grown-up. You take over, delegate the mission, and become a tiger. The lion, male and a female lion, and inherit the tradition. Move on. Then you should be able to jump off the cliff and running into the wilderness. And let the wind blow, let the typhoon come, the hurricane come, let it come, and I'm going to go, period. Are you that kind of lion? So you know now. So this morning's sermon shall be long remembered because it's very special way it's delivered. Is that true? Yes. It's that kind of time. The 2 more years. Just to persevere 2 more years. Then Father doesn't have to move. He's just sitting in one place. The world will come under. Come under Father. Kneel down to Father. Father only, the Father need is just a telephone. Call a few people over the phone. Do this, do that. The world will just move. On the move. So, do you? Are you become ready to become like that?
자, 어느 때는 저 주바 사용해가지고 카스터를 보고 비밀 해다가 한번 해봐라 하면
For example, father called you, my son or my daughter, your mission today is to land in Cuba, meet with Castro, and have a secret meeting with him, and then negotiate A, B, C, D, all these things. Okay. So, a few days ago, father said to Reverend Kwok, why don't you go and meet the Red Chinese ambassador? He said yes. So he's moving now. Then Mr. Park, your job is to meet the Soviet ambassador. And says, yes, sir, father. Time has come. Now. So, all the prime ministers, the president, they're the target of meeting. Meet each one of them.
여기서 아무리 상관하면 상관을 한번 해보지.
해보라고? So why don't you become a senator? Why not?
오션 처치 아주 캡틴 한번 해보지.
What about Ocean Church captain?
그건 나는 싫어. 그래?
What would you say? That particular one, father, I don't like. I can do anything else, but not that one.
사자가 아니 남이 올라갈 줄 알든가 모르든가.
What about the lion can climb the tree or not?
아싸. Yes. Did you see it or did you know it?
Did you see it? Or did you know it?
너 아는 사람, 너 한 사람은 C랑 둘 중에 C 기타 사람이.
Yes, I saw it. That person is the winner. Yes, I only know it. That's the loser. Gotta do it yourself. All the things of in the world situation, you must know, you must go, visit, and see by your own eyes. What do you think? Reverend Moon just know America? He saw America. He has seen America. What do you think? So Reverend Moon sees America. Then he sees America, that America is sick or America healthy. That is correct or wrong, or correct or wrong. Right or wrong, huh? So instead of recovering from the sickness, America might die, he said. How? Because all the nerve system far out in the end, such as fingers, toenails, has been dead. That is young people. There's young people like fingers, like a toenail, tall. So when they die, when the nerve system is dying in the far end, then that body is going to wither sooner or later.
거기 네 사색과 상당인데 네서 다섯 가지인데 거기에 생선깔이 문이 돼서 영원만 살아요. 영원만 살아요.
So there's 5 fingers. All of the fingers are withering, they're polarizing. But except one finger that is really actively alive, that is the mooning finger.
이놈이 이 주관보다 더 강력히 움직이면 살아날 수 있다.
So that one finger moves so fast, so actively, then whole hand will have a chance to survive. That's the only thing.
그러니까 이 문을 쭉 활동시켜요.
So these moonies, I want to push them out to really, actively, work desperately.
레버넌 거를 이론적으로 딱 적용해요.
So that's the way Reverend Moon come to logical conclusion. 24 hours, Father is going to push you so that you can move, under that kind of circumstance. 24 hours and years after years until your death, physical death, comes.
도망갈 수 없는 것이. 아버지라고, 난 아버지라고, 아니 뭐안 되려고 해야지. 도망갈 수 없다. 어디 가서 도망갈 수
However,
없다.
you cannot run away because this is your home. You said, this is my father. Reverend is my father. Where would you go? How can you leave your father's home?
죽게 되면 또 기회 들어올 거야.
So even you go temporarily. When you tasting dying experiences, you just crawl in again. You have to come back home. After all, home is the only place you can dwell with hope.
일단 그냥 선을 보니까 이것도 선도 이거는 죽었니? 잘라버려. 여기 살았거든? 잘라버려.
If hand, this part of hand is dead, then chop, amputate. Because up here, upper part of the arm is alive.
병신문의 신세가 얼마나 비추었나?
So that means you become crippled Mooney or those disabled Mooney. That is tragic. So before you cut your part of your body, you've got to make it revive. That's the best.
자르지 않게 하기 위해서 그것이 최대 명리의
So Father's method of treatment here is trying to get your revival, before it ever reach the point of amputation.
알사망사.
Do you understand? Yes or no?
우리의 평내 기동대에 나가지 않고 같이 사는 사람들.
교부장님? The state leaders, those who are the state leaders now, among your wives, those who have not joined IWC and are staying with you in your state now, raise your hand, please. What do you think? It's normal or abnormal? Unusual? Usual? Or what? Those who raise the hand. In other words, what Father is asking, how come your wife is stay with you now? And time comes, then the baby will reach 100 days, and leaving a baby behind, and the wife will join. All the mothers have the baby at 100 years of age, then 100 days of age. Go out. That is not the Father's law. Father actually agreed and consulted with you, and there's a unanimous pledge that you would do that. That is for the sake of America. This is the one crucial emergency.
젊은 부채끼리 같이 사는 사람들은 우리 터널끼리 교장이 시작한다.
So those who, men and women, husband and wife, are living together, then shall win the reputation among the unification churches. Oh, what are they? They are not the real Moonies. Now, the funny kind of reputation will come around if you will stay with your wife.
36가족들 말이야. 지금 뭐 전부 다 어디 외국하고 술에 살아가는 매일 가라는 살다.
So,
미국 사람이 뭐 어디 남자들 말이야. 어디 세계로 가서 사는 사람 어디 있어? 몇 사람 압니까?
so look at the 36 blessed couple. Most of them, even regional directors is one, and they leave their wife behind, and they're all this time virtually separated, and working in both directions. Wife is one direction, husband is another direction.
이 사람들은 이미 한국에서 그날은 다 했다고 생각들을 다 그랬다고.
Also, those Korean leaders have gone through indemnity period in Korea, like yourself, long time ago.
그래도 지금 전부 다 혼자 살잖아.
But still, they come and stay alone. And Korean. What about regional directors? They're with their wives with you, with them? No.
그들은 애기들이 내가 쓰자리야. 7, 8사람까지 있는데 무조건 며칠 면 애기들인가? 그들이 있습니다. 여러분 다시 군중만 썼구만.
So they have a lot of children. For example, Mr. Yu have 8 children. Father said, "You'll be busy on the wrong thing too much." So, do you know why they are laughing? And why did you laugh? Yeah. Do you know why these people laughed? Huh? You know? So that's how Father wants you to understand that kind of delicate taste of the language, which cannot be translated. That's the reason Father wants you to study Korean, period. So that you can laugh with Father. Father said to Mr. Yu, when he said he has 8 children, he said, "You rascal, you only did your hip movement too well." Now you can laugh, huh? In this respect, Father is the same. However, one thing different. That is, Father has a dispensational reason. Mr. Yu doesn't. So, you won't forget this lecture, do you? So, you know when Father's a hip movement, Yeah? Yeah? So when you go, the English language is so imperfect, I could not translate that. When you go and meet with women, you already come to remember Father's statement. Father said, hip movement. Oh, there's a rascal in front of me. Just don't, there's the nuances. You must watch out. Father's word will be the key to remember to watch out. Your temptation, period. How about Tom McDevitt? Tom the other day brought his wife and his son and proudly showed it to father, and father and mother loved the little baby very much. Then father asked, "Where's your wife? Is in IOWC or in Washington?" Father thought about that. Then knowing that his wife in Washington, he said, no. Father didn't feel too well. Didn't give full congratulation to him. So, marching order. Tom, for you and your wife in a separate direction.
Yes, Father.
So father would like to give Tom couple, for example, as an example he's talking, that some great pride in the future, that we participated salvation of this nation. We sacrificed ourselves for the salvation of this nation. And then the husband and wife together for the rest of the eternity, they have something in common, something they can be proud of. So suppose someday Tom McDavid become a senator of the United States. And then he will have a party. Many other senators came. Their wives came. In front of those wives, Sunja, his wife, or Korean woman, will stand up. I'm a Korean. I'm married to the American man because Reverend Moon matched this together with Tom. And I am so honored to participate to the salvation of this nation. And I did this, I did that, I did this, I suffered this, I did that. In other words, Father is saying, Sunja will come up with an incredible textbook for the rejuvenation of the patriotism in this country. So all the senators' wives need to be retrained. And we, our wives, your wives, should be preparing textbook material, instructional material. Now is the time to create that kind of material. Time is short. So Reverend Moon's ideology is truly universalism. So it is beyond the race and national boundary and the culture and language. So this is apparent. This is already everybody is known to them. And 36 couples, plus couples in Korea. There's so many couples, they live separated, lonely way, so many years, long years. And Japanese leaders as well. Because so you are doing for the sake of America. You are the champion for the salvation of this nation. And think of it. The other predecessors, Korean leaders and elders, Japanese elders, they all gone through that path. So you want to be different. You want to be different in a very shameful way. They all came to America continuing suffering the lonely path. How about you, American? What do you think? It is not just for you to suffer, go out there and suffer. No, suffering is not the goal. Goal is to make each one of you become a historical personage. You just wait and see whether Father is telling you it now is true or not. You will just wait and see. Yeah, you know, don't you? Japanese, American, Korean, and German people, all be united in the United States. Dr. Durst may be very well become united with oneness. That the good Korean, good Japanese, good German. But what about he is ordered to be united with the worst Japanese, worst Korean, most vituperating German? What can he do? I'm sure Dr. Durst said, this is beyond my capacity. I just want to hide someplace. Father is the same. Father is doing the same.
그 충고하는데 자기 옳다고 주장하고 선생님 앞에 큰 문제 가지고 소리친 책임자가 하나만 해야 돼. 여러 사람이었다.
추운데 아버님?
예? 충고를 했는데 내가 이렇게 한다고 했는데 우리 아무리 네 웃음을 잡고서 내가 충고를 했다고 난 정말 따라갔다고 주장하는 사람이 여러 사람 많아.
You know, Father met the many leaders. When Father gave a very in-depth advice, all of a sudden revolt. No, Father, I have a limit. No, I can do this much, but beyond that, no, Father, I couldn't do it. Sorry. Father met many leaders like that. Father always, has the power to change that person. Father didn't change. Father then, if the certain person revolted against Father, then Father listened. Then, later, the showdown will be determined by so that person, Father left them alone. Father never sanctioned, never punished that person. But what happened? Each day passes. That person becomes more and more intoxicated. Father already treated that person just the same. But that person feels so sinful, so sorrowful every day, more and more, even though Father already treated him the same. So that's another way of advising. Another way. If a person has no ability to listen to Father's word, then that person will experience the hell within him, then change. So sometimes these instances occur in front of some few people. All right, that few people knew what occurred in that particular moment. However, Father himself never advertised in another occasion. They sue someone. It's acted like that and come against me. Never. Father spoke never ill of that person.
당장에 나갈 수 있는 사람입니다. 중요한
Father knew. Because of this way of leadership, that person become more profoundly devoted to Father, truly united with Father, and determined to give his life for the sake of Father's mission. Do you follow? Even become even greater leader by doing so, by following this advice. You always go beyond.
너들이 얼마만큼 너들 식구를 사랑하고 다른 사람을 위해서 노력해 다른 것을 이루는
So from this, in this respect also, you must reflect upon yourself that how much you really love your members. How much, so when someone in your echelon, someone is come against you, boy, this guy is rebellious to me. All right, get it out. Walk out. I don't want to see you. Don't come back to the center. Many, many leaders are treating your members like that. You know, in this world, you know, in a true sense, there's no good men. It's all fallen generation. So we got to train them and nurture them. How can we train them? Educate them. So you must know.
자기가 원래 천재라고 아무리고 자기가 잘못을 깨닫고 그를 조주하지 않고 그를 보아주니까 알아내가는 거.
So even if the other side misunderstood you and they come against you, sometimes bite you and they attack you and are rebellious against you, yet you are in a position to embrace with him, forgive him unconditionally. Go and go after loving him. Love him over and over and over.
그래가지고 역사가 그래가지고
When history will record every deed like that. Even your father does not want them to be remembered, but that will be remembered. So if that person did not be recorded in history, then that person will even give a will to the children, saying that, you know, your father has made this kind of mistake, but now you've got to live it up and make it up this thing, and you be a good sons and daughters of a true parent. Go in the right direction. You know, person will leave the will behind. Do you follow? So you have to give your heart and soul and a passionate love and care and understanding, broad understanding, embracing what your members. So, you know, Father's life, even now, you know, after midnight, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, but at least 10 people, among them, one at least attentively listening to Father. Because of that one person, Father would not get up, go up to bed. No. Stay. For the sake of that one person. Always Father is the last. So nowadays, you know, they are using Father's age as excuses. The Korean leaders say, Father, your age is, you are not young men anymore. So why don't you go up and take a little longer rest? But actually, Father heard they are saying, Father, just, you know, we need to go back to bed. So would you excuse us? That's the way Father hears. Even Paul Park thinks the Father is like an iron man, ironclad, iron person. But actually, Father said, I am not iron person. I am an ordinary person in that respect. But just the Father's heart is not settled, you know. So unless Father's heart is, you know, happy, you know, it gives even greater punishment to his body. So he rather live up to happiness of his mind instead of his body. So when Father has some fulfilling feeling, then go up to bedroom just to sleep 1 hour. That 1 hour will give father more rest than 3-4 hours.
그 너가 생각 달지?
So thinking is different, isn't it?
일생 동안을 그래서
That's the way father lived the entire life.
그때 너희들까지도 선생님도 내가 좋아하네.
So you white people, totally strangers, you come to meet Reverend Moon and you like him and love him and stay with him and you die for him. Why? There's something, some bond of spiritual bond established between father and you, inseparable, inseparable bond. Dear father, huh? Father never thought, never even thought one time that I'm going to use this man, I'm going to use this woman, I'm going to use this woman for certain machination. Never. Totally, genuinely thinking for her well-being, for his well-being. Father always worried, how can I give him more? How can I give her more? That the original mind of you will detect this from Father.
미국에 13년 돼. 대중화라고 13년 내 이때 가면 한 사람들 살면 한 사람 불러 태어나는.
So, Father, ever since Father has arrived to America, solid 13 years has passed. This is the 14th year. But never once Father invites someone to for the purpose of scolding, for the sake of scolding, to this garden. Never one member. Father never called one member for that purpose. There are so many wrongdoings. Father eyewitness, Father saw, Father heard, Father reported. But Father pretends knowing nothing.
리버시 선생님이 알고 알 것인데. 리버시 알 것인데 말아.
So that person knows such a blunder has been reported to Father, and Father knew about, but Father doesn't show. Father doesn't punish. Father doesn't scold. So that person is always mindful. Father must know. Boy, I'm sorry to Father. That's the feeling. Sometimes Father doesn't say such a thing openly, even give more impetus or motivation for men to repent and become a new person. So Father trained the closest person in that fashion. What about the people who meet, Father every month, like you? Do you think Father will give you a lot of praise? Did you come to hear Father's praise? Or did you ever hear Father's praise of you?
학생들 앞에 좋은 선생님의 말 들은 사람이 말 듣는 선생님이 없던가.
So good scholar, never receive the reputation that professor is a good professor, good man, among the students. So student thinks that professor is always trying to drive us hard. He's trying to make us work. Oh boy, I hate him. Oh, sometimes so severe, that kind of feeling that I wish that guy is dropped dead. That that professor dropped dead, so that he cannot appear in our classroom anymore. Some students. But those kind of professors are the important professors and do accomplish something, become a Nobel Prize winners, and so forth. Do you know? Do you follow? Do you understand?
10만 팩을 100만 팩을 굉장히 뺏기죠. 그런 장
Also, the very famous general, would not become a popular general at all. But he is a severe, disciplined general, but one thing is sure, that general will bring the victory.
맞는 말이야?
Is that true?
너를 말하는 내가 그냥 그러는데 누굴만 해도 자기한테 뭐냐고 아이 내가 다 어디라는 말하면은
So,
막 피고 이래가지고 허리를 맞아가지고 사상에
General MacArthur, Douglas MacArthur is a very incredible, shall we say, ego in a way. Ego. He has a man of ego, but he has no dignity. And he always talk, about himself. He never used the first person. He always the third person. He, MacArthur, made this order. He, MacArthur, instruct you to do so, and so forth. He always used third person. Why? Because he looked at himself as a historical person, So that he look at himself, he honor himself as a historical person. The MacArthur's subordinate did not have an easy time in front of him. Tough time. But eventually, in history, he must be recognized as a great general. Incheon operation, landing operation is one good example. Men like him can harbor that kind of operation. That somebody else could not do. Only he could do it. So you want to meet the good teacher, good general? Yes? That yes, you said yes, but that's not easy answer. There's a lot of content in it. What about father? Father is what kind of teacher? What kind of general father is? Great teacher? Great general? Father is great, and because he is always following your advice. That's why, right? So, because he's a great teacher, because he always listens to Po Hee Pak, what he recommends to talk to father, he always listen. No? Yes or no? 아버님께서요? 제가 그렇게 생각합니다. Sometimes father is treating me so harsh, Po Hee Pak. So father feel that Po Hee Pak's heart always, has some feeling that the father hated me most in the entire Unification Church. Yes, I confess. Yes. Yeah. So sometimes Po Hee Pak feel inside, I wish I could have another mission. I wish I could have another mission. I couldn't do it. I cannot do it. Yes, the Father. Yes, the Father. So true, Father. So Po Hee Pak always come to East Garden knowing, feeling her father, He just cannot walk and sit down and report. No, he cannot do that. He just figure out where's father now today. How did he feel? And whether he is receptible, whether he is acceptable, whether his mood is okay. He's working very intensively the moment he walks in his garden. Yes, the father, that's for sure. But then, how you feel about Pohi Park? He's very closest, disciple to father, and anything that Pohi Park says, father will say, bang, bang, bang. Okay, go ahead. And many people have that kind of feeling. The Pohi Park is so in favor of father, a special favor of father, and the father already listens, and whatever he recommends, father will approve. Not at all.